Hi, my name is Britlin Barnes, and I will be providing a critical reflection on my group's ACE Media Component 1 film project today. Our target audience for this movie is teenagers through adults who like mysteries or adventures. Our project engages with this audience through the development of an outsider-type character who feels lonely and confused in the world. Everyone has felt confused at one point, and our audience can thus relate to the sorrowful feeling of not knowing what is going on in one's life. The strange voiceover, accompanied by the eerie piano music,
The only difference between you and I is that sometimes I just can't tell the difference.
creates a sense of isolation, which allows the audience to sympathize with the protagonist Zoe and be more open and accepting of what she's claiming to feel. According to our research, montages can be used to highlight certain aspects of a character's life and allow the audience to experience the character's life in a short amount of time. In Silver Linings Playbook, mundane objects were used in a montage to stress the boredom of the protagonist's life. In our movie, we used a montage of strange locations to create curiosity about our character and where she is or why she is seeing these random locations. This once again allows the audience an exclusive look into the life of our character Zoe through her own eyes and puts the audience themselves in her shoes to experience firsthand the distress and mental instability Zoe is in. Furthermore, much like in Silver Linings Playbook, our character is wearing everyday regular clothes. This makes Zoe seem like a normal girl and allows the regular audience member to relate to her since they could just as easily be in her condition since she's not part of some elite class but instead represents the everyday citizen. We will distribute our movie by first releasing it in the Sundance Film Festival. It is the largest independent film festival in the United States and is very well respected. It will allow us to test how the audience will react to the film before we release it into the big theaters. By doing this, we can also increase the buzz about the film, which will encourage more people to go to the theaters to see it and increase our profits. After a movie hits theaters, we will release it to Blu-ray, and then after 1 year, release it on Netflix to try and optimize our profit. At the movie theaters, we will also have interactive cardboard cutouts where a passerby can experience the POV from Zoe Kalobi as she goes on one of her hallucinated adventures. We will be different from most movies out there because we offer a POV experience, which will serve as an interactive entertainment for our adventurous audience. My personal production skills developed because I learned to pay more attention to lighting. If we decided to open a curtain to let more light in, we had to make sure the other scenes had the curtain open the same amount. Furthermore, I learned to be careful of backlighting. When we were shooting our actor's Cody scenes, the lighting was coming from behind him and lowered the quality on the film. I also learned that ambient sound filmed in real life sounds different on the camera. When we filmed the beach scenes, the waves sounded like static and made the therapist's voiceover hard to hear. To fix this issue, we had to use iMovie's pre-recorded wave sound and mute the actual wave clips. Moreover, I learned how to fix the color on a shot to match the other footage. Stephanie's close-ups were shot in high-key lighting, which contrasted against Cody's backlighting scenes. Thus, we had to make Stephanie's scenes more gray-colored to seem less bright and to match Cody's color. Throughout our film, we used multiple editing sources, equipment, and props to make our movie. Our footage was originally all filmed on an HD Sony Handycam, but we soon switched midway to a Canon Rebel T1i for better quality. The Canon camera allowed us to zoom in closer on objects and obtain a higher resolution. Both cameras allowed us to have a free range of motion during our POV scenes and helped create the feeling of looking through Zoe's eyes. The Sony VCT R640 tripod was used when filming the office scenes. These scenes were eye level and stationary, thus we wanted a platform without the shakiness of a handheld. We used iMovie to edit our footage together and integrate titles, transitions, and video effects into our film. Through iMovie, we could mute our clips and add in the voiceovers even after the scenes were shot. Moreover, our score was downloaded off of YouTube and edited in iMovie so we can gradually introduce the piano subtly and make its volume lower during important dialogue. Our product uses conventions through the presentation of an isolated teenager. In Inception, close-ups are used to introduce the main character and show his emotions. Similar to this, we use close-ups to show our character Zoe's confused state and her struggle with reality. We use canted angles to emphasize the chaos inside her mind and how she can't see or think straight. We used a combination of an ear-ringing noise and a brighter coloration on screen to indicate a flashback or hallucination while Zoe was in the therapist's office. By doing this, we made it obvious to the audience that these scenes aren't normal and that they are all in Zoe's head. Moreover, in In all the films we researched, voiceovers were used to explain the mental state of the main character and establish the plot. We thus use a voiceover of Zoe explaining her confusion with reality and allows the audience some more insight into Zoe's situation. These conventions together represent the outsiders in society and those who feel lonely. She can try to explain her conditions to others in her voiceover, but no matter what, no one will truly understand what she feels or sees. Even though she is seeking psychological help, she's essentially alone in her battle against reality because the therapist cannot understand her condition fully. This film also represents the mentally unstable in the United States and the stigma that follows them. The younger generation today is becoming more depressed and anxious in recent years, and doctors are so quick to prescribe medication without fully understanding their patients' conditions that they're not open to alternative methods. People with mental health issues in the United States are often looked down upon due to a lack of understanding, and some even are too afraid to seek help from a therapist. This film will hopefully encourage those confused about their lives to feel less lonely, and that even if they feel like they're a hopeless cause, they should still seek the help of a therapist to try and cope with their issues. We want our film to speak to the younger generations and let them know that it's okay if you feel lonely and confused, and that everything will get better in the end.